UK has a new Prime Minister, Keir Starmer, after the Labour Party won a landslide victory against the Conservatives. But what does the new Prime Minister and the Labour government mean for the relationship between India and the United Kingdom? I have with me the UKIBC Managing Director, Kevin McCole, to answer some of the questions related to business and the relationship between the two countries. Many thanks, Kevin, for speaking with NDTV. My first question is, though not about the ties between India and the United Kingdom, but solely about why the citizens of the UK have so overwhelmingly voted in favor of the Labour Party. Now, it shows that they have huge expectations from the Labour Party with regards to cost of living and inflation, some of the issues that have been at the core of this election. What do you think is their expectation, first expectation from the new government?
As you rightly said, the UK has been going through a cost of living crisis for the last couple of years, but it's actually starting to emerge from that. Now, inflation is back down around the target of 2%. Interest rates are going to be coming down as well, and growth has started to come back into our economy. So in many ways, I think the UK economy has turned a corner. But saying that, the Labour Party in opposition and throughout this campaign have been focusing on the importance of economic growth, both in terms of creating jobs and improving livelihoods for people, but also to raise the funds to make improvements to the public services as well. So economic growth is going to be at the heart of what they do. Now, some of that will be domestic. They're talking about having industrial strategies and energy transition strategies that will incentivize and encourage and enable businesses to invest and to grow in the UK, and to give them that policy transparency and policy continuity that they need. But also, growth is going to be an important source of growth is going to be from trade and investment. And I think that's where one element of the UK-India partnership is going to be important for the new UK government. It's that trade and investment partnership.
So, Kevin, what should we be expecting from here on as far as the India-UK relationship is concerned under the Labour government?
Well, what we've seen over the last year, certainly the last 6 months, is the Labour Party in opposition really starting to focus on India and build its connections with Indian politicians. I'm thinking here of when Dr. Jaishankar, the External Affairs Minister, was in London last November. He met with Keir Starmer, who's now the Prime Minister, Angela Rayner, who's Deputy Prime Minister, and with the Shadow Foreign Minister and other members of that shadow cabinet. So that started back in November, and then in February this year, Angela Rayner, Deputy PM, David Lammy, Shadow Foreign Minister, and Jonathan Reynolds, who was the Shadow Business Secretary, all went to India during February and met with a range of people across government and across business. So that kind of a work and engagement has been ongoing. And in our discussions with those senior politicians, it's been really clear how committed they are to the Indian partnership and to in taking it to new levels. And for us at the UKIBC, there are 4 or 5 things that I think that are important here. One is to resume those FTA negotiations and hopefully bring them to a swift and positive win-win conclusion. We also see huge potential for even more technology and innovation and co-creation being done between the UK and India, including not just businesses, but also academic institutions as well. I think the defence and security partnership is going to be ever more important. This is a geopolitical context we're in, where everyone needs all the friends they can get, and I think the UK and India are good friends, and they can thicken that relationship further. And then the other element of the UK-India partnership, perhaps the element that pulls it all together, is that all-important people-to-people connections. And so facilitating and streamlining that two-way flow of workers and students between the UK and India, I think will be a really important element of strengthening the partnership.
And I'll take on the final question from where you've left, taking on from the students' issue now. migration is an issue that has been very contentious in the United Kingdom. How do you see that panning out under the Labour government, considering that's also an issue regarding students and mobility between India and the UK as well?
It's a good question. It's an often debated one, and I sometimes think some of the facts are missing from the debate. So, over the last 3-4 years, there's been sort of a sharp increase in the number of Indians who are coming to the UK to work and to study. There was a report recently published by a think tank here called the UK in a Changing Europe, which was published in partnership with King's College London. And they used UK government statistics, and they showed that from the beginning of 2020 to the end of 2023, the number of Indians working in the UK had doubled to 870,000. So that's quite a sharp increase, and it was really sort of positive impact on the UK. Many of those people came to work in highly paid, highly skilled jobs in financial and in IT services. And many others came to work in the NHS and the care sector. So the UK has been very open and welcoming to Indians coming to support our economy and to support our public services. And alongside that, we've seen, I think last year, 2023, record numbers of Indians coming to the UK to study, I think around about 160,000. Now, those sort of student numbers, I think, may dip a little this year because the last UK government conducted a review into the rules surrounding working in the UK after studying. But the last UK government decided to retain those rules that did allow Indian students to stay and work after graduation. So I'm, hopeful that really positive sort of flow of people from India to the UK can continue. I just hope that there's more kind of a clarity to those arrangements, and some of the negative perceptions can be sort of taken out of the debate, so it allows us to focus on the other positive aspects that will really help to drive the relationship forward. For example, the FTA, R&D collaboration, and the defence and security partnership.
Kevin McCole, many thanks for speaking with NDTV.
Thanks, Maha.